There we go. Other settings. Okay. I don't see any subtitles. Good. Off. I really hate achievements notifications most of the time. Couldn't they have just had those two on here as well? They had a space. If you haven't played the point-and-click adventure game before, then we recommend that you play the short tutorial section. No. Start new game. Episode 2, eh?
But the serpent was wiser than all animals that were in paradise, and God cursed the serpent and called him devil. And he said, Behold, Adam has become something that we do not know yet know. Battle not with monsters, lest you become a monster, and if you gaze into Dungeons and Dragons, you become a dungeon master.
I think at least that's what it said. We have both episodes. This one is episode 1 and episode 2, as far as I know. Catalonia, eh? (1937), eh? So the Nazis will be part of the game, eh?
We must go now. Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap. Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly.
Xavier, the painting.
La maledicción. This way.
Looks quite good. Yeah.
Signora, it is too late. Go.
No! Papa!
Senor, in here.
Search them. Of course.
Norse mythology, eh? No? No. That's not 9 worlds.
Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, Josh?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch.
Nobody move!
Non, monsieur.
Not la malédiction. Oh. Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together.
GG.
The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time. The priest was giving last rites to the gallery owner. I didn't want to interfere. The door was locked with a keypad. The wires from the camera ran into the room behind. It must have captured the whole robbery. If I could get the code to the keypad, I might be able to shed some light on the crime.
Yes. Do we need the champagne? No. Any right clicks or only left clicks?
60,000 for a sketch? Ouch. The alarm still worked on that painting. I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded. This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't. It was the speaker cone for the alarm. It hadn't sounded when the painting was stolen. Looked fine to me. That wasn't the reason the alarm didn't go off. I pressed the vibration detector pad. Nothing happened. I pressed the vibration detector pad. Nothing happened. So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play. So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job. Someone had cut a wire.
Yes. Oh.
It was my phone. Mankind.
There we go. Inside job, hey. Let's look at the pizza, eh?
The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left.
If he ate pizza, that means we can find something. DNA testing for the win.
It was Hector Lane, France's greatest art critic. We'd met before. It hadn't ended well. For a moment, I thought he was dead, but from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted. Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around.
Yeah, salt.
Even unconscious, Lane's body reacted to food.
Really?
It was going to take something stronger than pizza to wake Lane.
Wine. Oh, what's
The
that?
poster looked old. I didn't want to touch it. Excuse me, Father.
this, my son?
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, excuse me, I must pray.
1 minute I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely looked better. I didn't want Henri's blood on my hands. In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within.
Yeah. Let's wake up the beast.
The label read, "Awaken the beast within." Well, no harm in trying.
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted.
Nail
The nail clippers
clippers
were monogrammed with the letters H.L. Hector Lane. They must have fallen out of his pocket. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
Wait. Oh no.
I found a slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
Very good.
Didn't say
That's
that.
proof.
Now give it here.
What? Oh, that's proof.
Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Does he know?
Lane had the kind of looks that only a lifetime of fine dining can create.
Do we still have it in there? Yeah. Do? I don't know if this works,
That
but
was never. Nope. I needed to try something else.
Mm. So,
I still needed to figure out.
yeah, we still need to figure that out.
The stolen painting was called La Malediccio, painted by someone called L. Serp in 1937,
Yes.
and worth just 40 grand. The stolen painting was worth less than the others. So why did the thief target it? I
Ad for
still needed
selling.
to figure out.
So,
Another painting with a working alarm. Just 90,000 for this one.
boom, boom.
For the discerning connoisseur, a soupçon at 80,000.
Let's check all of the paintings.
Another working alarm. So the thief took the only painting whose alarm had been sabotaged. But why that painting? Why that particular one?
For a huge conspiracy,
Spanish modernists
in order to
simply
find a
didn't
hidden
function.
treasure somewhere.
As they say, every artist was first an amateur.
Okay, so we cannot figure out any of those. Let's ask Father Simon.
Father?
But they shouldn't know about it.
Yes, my son.
What did you mean when you said that a great evil had taken place?
Your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
What?
Peter 5:8. The devil is all around, Mr. Stobart.
Did Henri say anything before he died?
He said, "Stop the car, I want to get in."
What does that mean?
We may never know.
What brought you to the exhibition, Father?
The painting.
Which one?
La Maledictio, of course.
The painting that was stolen.
I had to confront the evil.
I think there's something strange going on here.
Yes, Mr. Stobart. At last you see the truth.
No, Father. I mean that the robbery looks like an inside job.
The devil's work is always an inside job.
A wire in the painting's alarm was deliberately cut.
Cut by the devil himself, perhaps.
Well, as far as I know, sightings of guys with horns and tails have been a little down recently.
You mock me, Mr. Stobart. But as you will discover, the devil likes to have the last laugh.
Oh yes.
Do you know the code to get into the office?
No, but you could always pray and ask for divine guidance.
Really?
With respect, Father, I'm looking for a slightly quicker solution. What do you know about the man who painted La Maledictio?
El Serp. He was a man playing with fire, the fire of eternal damnation.
Tell me about the stolen painting.
Whoever gets close to it will burn in hell.
Hey, Father, how about a squirt?
I think not.
Do you recognize these?
Nail clippers? I'm not sure what your point is.
Let's talk to Lane.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Yes, our paths have crossed in the Glees Gallery.
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
Ha! I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Did you know the gallery owner?
Of course, we worked together on the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Henri provided the space. I was the creative powerhouse.
How long had you known him?
As a friend, many years. Our professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition, under my curatorial wing. And now the poor fellow's gone and got himself killed.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door. Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
Of course, dear boy. La Maledictio, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up. Mr. Lane, you're really going to have to give me the code to that door.
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that. Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What? Who could have got into the alarm system?
Exactly. It was an inside job, Mr. Lane.
You're not suggesting that I...
Well, I'm afraid that's the way the cops are going to see it.
That's preposterous. How could I possibly have cut the wire?
I think it's the security dudes.
An unusual painting turns up at your exhibition and gets stolen. Doesn't look good, does it?
And your point is?
The cops are going to ask some awkward questions. But you give me the code to the CCTV room, and I'll do my best to point them elsewhere.
I cannot let you into that room, Mr. Stobart. Besides, Henri found La Malédiction, not me. I had nothing to do with it.
This is an inside job for sure, Mr. Lane. The police are going to be very interested in your recent movements.
I've been out of town for several days, and last night I retired early.
Just saying.
You're not going to scare me into giving you that door code, you know.
I was onto something here, and I knew it. Lane was sweating. It wasn't pretty. Don't suppose you've changed your mind about giving me that door code?
Certainly not. Give me one good reason why I should.
I might just do that, Mr. Lane. I hate to say this, Mr. Lane, but you're going to be the #1 suspect for this murder.
So you keep saying, Mr. Stobart.
Well, you got to admit, the cut wire doesn't look good for you.
As I said, this is a preposterous allegation.
Mr. Lane, this robbery is not going to reflect well on you.
As I said, I shall take my chances. You're not getting that door code.
I'm not. I'm doing this in the wrong order.
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotaged, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you? I had no reason to kill Henri, no motive whatsoever.
Okay, but I don't think the cops will see it like that. And I sure would like that door code. How about some more of this?
I don't think so. As a sal volatile, it was acceptable. As a cologne, it would be barbaric.
So you'd been out of town and hit the sack early last night?
That's right. I've not been near the gallery for days. Ugh, keep that noxious potion away from me.
How about it, Mr. Lane? Ready to give me the door code yet?
Certainly not. Give me a single reason why I should.
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
I've been away from Paris for several days and only got back this morning. How could I have cut that wire?
So you'd been out of town and hit the sack early last night?
That's right. I've not been near the gallery for days.
Mr. Lane, this robbery is
No.
not...
No. What?
As I said...
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane. Guilty. Ooh. How about it? Guilty.
I've...
Ooh. No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it alone. The bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. I didn't want to knock it off. That bust was someone had cut a wire and sabotaged the pressure pad. But
Oh, well. I wonder what we are missing in order to break him. Can we go outside the door? Let's see if there's any other.
the street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. The room looked like some sort of office for... I could just see the glow of the CCTV monitor. You gotta hand it to the French. They know how to take a leak in style. For a moment, I contemplated getting on the next train.
This looks
From out
damn
here,
good.
you couldn't see the stolen painting. This robbery was definitely planned. Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound
Whoa.
surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
No.
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Oh, that must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty. The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly
Such
know
a
another
detective.
human being, monsieur? He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh, yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight, for sure.
Ooh.
If you see him, give him this bill, and tell him to pay up next time.
The check was from last night. But Lane told me he was nowhere near the gallery.
Liar.
This could be the leverage I needed to get the office
Liar.
door code from Lane. Do you recognize these?
No.
They are nail clippers.
Yes. No shit.
What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
The lizard
Bourgeois,
bleu.
vacuous and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusée.
Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
No, sorry. So you and Lane aren't best of pals, huh?
The man is a second-rate critic, peddling meaningless aphorisms.
Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
All right. We got some stuff going here. Get inside this place. Lane.
How about it, Mr. Lane? Ready to give me the door code yet?
Certainly not. Give me a single reason why I should.
Well,
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
I've been away from Paris for several days. and
liar.
Only got back this morning. How could I have cut that wire?
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
It's dated yesterday. Last night, in fact. 12:30 to be exact. You said you were out of town. You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill.
Can you see the
But
bottle
you
here?
told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know. A motive and proof of involvement. Not looking good, Mr. Lane.
You are a blackmailer, Stobart.
Just doing my job.
All right. You have me.
6397.
The number is 6397. But I admit to none of these spurious accusations.
I had the code. The police would be here any moment, so I had to work fast. What was that number again? 642... No.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mou. Our paths had crossed before. Sergeant Mou, we meet again.
Aha, Madame Collard. An unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man! I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the force. A genius. A man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it is not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
I really need to get into the gallery and speak to Inspector Navet.
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is applying his famous scientific methods. Any moment now, the case will be cracked. I certainly hope so. I am dog-tired and want to go home.
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
So, I cannot go in without Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Moore?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he's a... Never mind. This was madness. Sergeant Moore wasn't going to let me in. Why are you so tired, Sergeant Moore?
I have been working for 3 days with no rest. Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh, you poor man. If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
Well, how about a hot drink?
Ah, that would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last incident.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
Here's my press card. Do you have a statement for the paper?
Yes, madame. Stay away from the crime scene and let the police do their job. And always leave a light on when you go out at night.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Moore. You've been so helpful. It was an office. The room was full of strange trinkets. The pissoir was decorative and unpleasant.
Yep, totally. Yes, we have to talk to this person again.
Madame,
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you standing here?
You would not understand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who gossip, who have their spa days, their almond croissant.
That bad, huh?
And the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappe.
I see your point.
Is this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
No, madame, it is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Cheap wine and free sex?
No, madame, no! It was French Café Noir that inspired us. The simple demi-tasse. The black, sweet taste of freedom.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy ears, are none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the chin. But there was a chance he could help me get into the gallery. Monsieur.
Yeah, since they are in the same building, there might
Life is
be...
fleeting, madame. The sands of time are running through your fingers.
Well, that may be, but...
We know not what we want, and yet we are responsible for what we are.
There's been a crime.
That is terrible, madame. But you know what they say.
No, but I think you're going to tell me.
Life begins on the other side of despair. C'est vrai, no?
Well, I guess so. He was pushing me to the point of despair.
During the riots, we battled the forces of oppression.
Oh, really? That must have been terrifying.
It was. Except that they made me stay behind the barricades with the other baristas. We made coffee by the liter to fuel the resistance. I've never brewed so much coffee. Of course, our brave heroes spent half their time going for a pee. But with our coffee inside them, they fought the running dogs all night long.
None of this was helping me get past Sergeant Mou.
Au revoir.
The menu offered black coffee and a small selection of other drinks. Monsieur,
The road to enlightenment is a long one, madame. Perhaps you will walk that road with me? Au revoir.
Okay, I guess we cannot do that.
an intricate. The body was still in there. I had to get back inside. Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is... I am...
You know, if you...
Madam, I am a consummate professional. I would never shirk my responsibilities. I will... stand here as if my life depended on it. Or my job.
Do you want to see my photo?
Ils ne passeront pas.
I remembered something else,
Then you should tell in...
so I can...
Non.
Moo wouldn't be interested. Do you want to see my photo?
Il ne...
Sergeant Moo could... Great! Thanks again.
Huh? Let's call George.
Hi, George. I'm outside the gallery.
Thank God you're safe, Nico.
Inspector Moo is out here and he's not letting me in. I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
It might be possible for us to finish this game today.
Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. Looks to me like an inside job.
So, no ordinary robbery.
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Maledictio is evil. I need to get into the office and see what the CCTV has to offer. Maybe you can help me out when you get back in here?
Ronnie?
Ronnie, I'm at the exhibition over in Montmartre. You won't believe the scoop I've got.
You're kidding me. That place is a dump. What could possibly have happened to make it exciting?
A painting's been stolen and the gallery owner's been shot.
What? Okay, speak to anybody who saw what happened. Scope out the place. And call me as soon as you get a story. If you're quick, we can make the evening edition. Bye, Nicole.
This could be the scoop I'd been waiting years for. Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
Do you want to see my photo?
No.
Il ne...
I remember.
Then you...
So I...
No.
Great.
Okay, we talked as much as we can from him. cannot climb up tree. We cannot go in through the office window. Can we change character? No. Cannot go in there. Can we go?
I wasn't going to leave without
Yes. But I cannot really see any other way. Here, we've talked to all of them.
an intricate stain.
No.
Here's my press card.
La Liberté. Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be.
Aha!
You must accept my deepest, my most profound apologies.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La Liberté, the great journal of freedom. At the height of the battle, as the
Only
tear gas
name.
blew and the blood flowed, it was La Liberté which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now that you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant. You are a true daughter of France, and I am your humble servant.
Monsieur,
Madame?
could we have a little chat?
Anytime, madame.
Did you see anything happen at the gallery earlier?
I saw you running after a pizza delivery guy. Somebody said he killed someone.
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
How close we are to death, and yet how far from ever comprehending it.
Well, right now I need to get back inside and figure out what happened.
I applaud you, madame. To seek the truth is a worthy ambition.
As a journalist, that is my duty. How about some coffee?
For you, madame, of course. There is only one coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment.
Hooray! Un momento.
Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Why did you drink that coffee? I wanted to give it
The
to the
coffee was
police.
hot and strong. Could you make me a coffee to go?
For a fellow revolutionary?
Good.
Of course, madame. One moment.
Un momento. Yeah, let's take a small bathroom break as well.
I'll be back soon.
Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Do this as Ah, there we go. Here we go.
Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
Sergeant Moo, I brought you a coffee.
Coffee? Fantastic. Just what I need. But wait. I must not. My little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
I'm tempted, madame, but I cannot risk it. I am sorry.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
It is a tale of woe, madame.
I'm all ears, Sergeant.
Well, since you seem quite understanding, I shall elaborate.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he went for a private discussion with a lady minister. I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake, and nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant just after the president's divorce came through.
You are a victim of a great injustice, Sergeant.
You think so?
But of course, you knew you must not fall asleep at your post. You were guarding the president himself.
Well, the president's dog.
Ah, it was the same thing.
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic, your career.
Now you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Moo, drink!
She is?
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
I suppose it is drink?
Bravo, Sergeant!
Girls! Girls!
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
Oh, you can count on me, Sergeant.
Oops, we skipped.
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, am I glad to see you.
So, what's the problem?
The inspector's watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of distraction.
I'll see what I can do. Inspector Navet, do you have a moment?
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
Could you give me a statement, Inspector?
Now is not the time, madame.
Don't you find it odd that the thief chose that one particular painting?
Life is full of odd things, madame. Fingerless gloves, white dog poo-poo, nasal hair. I prefer to concern myself with murder.
Did you see the alarm was sabotaged?
I have interrogated the crime scene, madame. I am fully aware of the disabled security. I prefer biological evidence to the merely circumstantial. Body parts, blood, important things.
Don't you think the disabled alarm is highly suspicious, though?
The forensic team will be along shortly. Voice your concerns to them. Do not bother me with this circumstantial fliff-laff.
Wow.
Why don't you check out the security camera footage?
Madame, that is not my area of expertise. It is the body which concerns me.
But the CCTV footage is evidence. It could help identify the killer.
Correction, madame. It is but an indicator. The only true evidence is bodily fluid. Unless you know something I don't, then please leave me be.
The only evidence Inspector Nave seemed to appreciate involved gore. What do you think about the American, Georges?
He is deeply suspicious.
I suppose this is quite a complex case, Inspector.
It is a robbery gone bad. Nothing more, nothing less.
Surely there's a bit more to it than that.
Please abstain from baseless conjecture, madame. The victim's body paints a simple picture, more reliable than any witness statement. Consider the impact of the bullet and note the concomitant lack of blood. A casual homicide, nothing more.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else. If I was going to distract Nave, I needed to unearth new evidence or concoct some. And the bloodier, the better.
Tomato sauce, eh?
Are you Hector Lane, the art critic?
Enchanté, madame. And which of the angels are you?
I'm Nico Collar, a reporter.
Ah, a fallen angel then, my favorite sort.
Yes, we have to use wine.
What can you tell me about the theft?
Oh, it was truly awful. What do you want to know?
Tell me about the shooting, monsieur.
Well, it all happened so fast.
Take your time. What did you see?
I can't be sure. Perhaps I could answer your questions over dinner.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I'm on a tight deadline. Did you see the thief?
I would have tackled him, but he was too quick for me.
Did you know that the alarm had been sabotaged?
No. How dreadful. I suppose that's why the alarm isn't ringing.
What can you tell me about Henri's involvement with the gallery?
Dear Henri, a shining diamond in the ordure that is the modern art business. He owned the gallery. What will we do without him?
Dang, this pacing. So slow.
Have you spoken to Georges?
The American?
Yes.
He promised to clear up any misunderstandings the police might have about my presence here.
What can you tell me about the painting that was taken?
It was called La Malediccio, an unknown work that only recently surfaced.
Who was the artist?
Me.
A mysterious figure known only as El Serp. Some say he was a student of Picasso. He was good, but not great, and his true identity remains unknown.
Here's my press card.
And there was I thinking you were too young and beautiful to be a reporter.
Thanks for your help, Monsieur Lane. I wasn't going to get anything useful from Lane. Excuse me, Father.
Father Simeon, my child.
Are you okay, Father?
It's a terrible shock, but yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Could I ask you some questions about the crime?
What kind of questions?
I'm a reporter for La Liberté.
I suppose it cannot hurt. Please ask away.
Why did you come to the gallery today, Father?
God brought me here. I saw the poster for the exhibition. I had to come.
What do you mean?
I knew there was great evil in La Maledictio. It was my duty to confront it. The painter was El Serp, the serpent, don't you see?
Evil? So, what were you planning on doing here today?
I wanted to bear witness to anything that the devil would conjure.
Well, I think it was a no-show, Father.
Really? A man is dead, Miss Collard. I'd say his work here today is done.
That wasn't going to help my story. Did you see anything that might help identify the killer?
The devil takes many forms, child. I didn't get a good enough look, I'm afraid.
Anything would help.
I'm sorry, my dear. My mind was elsewhere.
What can you tell me about the painting?
Grotesque and evil.
How can a painting be evil?
By killing all who come into contact with it.
Was
That's
that
not a
in your
painting
next?
that does it. So,
Laugh not at the devil's play, Miss Collard.
What do you know about Henri?
An innocent victim, insofar as any of us are innocent. If he was peddling such blasphemous works as the El Serp painting, then who knows what other sins he was hiding.
Father Simeon was making me feel guilty. Priests always did that to me. Do you know anything about the painter El Serp?
He was a purveyor of blasphemy, a servant of the Antichrist.
How can you know that?
It is clear from his work.
Father Simeon was making a lot of assumptions.
a bit too many.
This is my press card. As I said, I work for La Liberté.
Good. Be sure to warn your readers that this painting is evil.
Thank you for your time, Father. The priest had nothing useful to offer. I'd never met the gallery owner before, but he sure didn't deserve this. The bust was... Georges was in pretty good shape. I haven't seen him in a while.
Let's talk him again.
Georges,
Yeah, Nico.
so why do you need to get into the office again?
We already know
I'm
how,
pretty sure
why
the
we need
robbery
to go
was
into
an
the
inside
office.
job, and I think the proof is
So,
super cop.
what if I could?
You do that, and
That's it. Somehow I had to get the inspector away from the office. Drawing attention to myself would be a bad idea.
Okay, so we cannot use that person. Aha! Ketchup!
The tomato sauce
Or
had
tomato
splattered
sauce.
on the floor. No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands.
Of course not. I'm not sure if we need to make it more messy.
Inspector,
We found blood.
Yes?
have you seen that stain on the floor by the door? What do you think it is?
I don't have time to waste discussing domestic hygiene. Please, leave me to my work.
So you think Georges is a suspect?
As I said, I am not often wrong about such things, but I have already said too much.
Thanks, Inspector. And the bloodier, the better. Monsieur Lane?
My dear.
Thanks for your help, Monsieur Lane. Lane had nothing to offer.
If we only had wine or something. Or black coffee. Oh,
Father.
Yes, my child.
What do you think about that stain?
Is that blood?
I think it's just sauce. I wonder if there's a mop anywhere.
We are facing death and divine retribution. This is no time for tidying up.
Father Simeon wasn't making much sense. Thank you for your time, Father. The priest...
Okay, let's try to do it with a press card. But that doesn't really make much sense.
That wouldn't make sense.
Exactly.
No way was I going to clean that up.
Oh, there's a chewing gum in it?
No. I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice. I'd already got the chewing gum.
Can I use it on a painting? Oh, not on Navette.
Inspector.
Yes?
Do you want this chewing?
Madame, I...
No, that would never have worked. I needed to try something else. No, that would never have worked.
Exactly.
Nice price tag. Nice use of color. I liked it, but not enough to buy it. I needed to try something else. That wouldn't have worked.
Ha. Let's just get on with this game. What? Really? That is that?
How about
We
that
had
for a
to
distraction? I wondered whether it would be enough.
Really?
Inspector.
Yes?
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately
How would
before
that
one of
look
these
like
idiots
blood?
steps in it. Interesting. Maybe it is time
Is there
to
a corner?
employ the machine.
Okay, George, that should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office. I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
At last, Stobart.
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Yeah, I damn well hope so. I'm watching the news.
Oh, anything interesting?
Yeah, someone stole a painting.
Oh, really?
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Ah, yes.
Automated.
Well, the guy was
Fucking
armed, sir.
automated.
So,
You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled into the ground, got myself shot?
sure would have made me feel better. Anyway, find that painting, or give me a good reason not to pay out. Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it.
Great. Did we skip some cutscene or something? No. What? Damn, we missed something
The CCTV
crucial
system
here.
was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording. I needed to find a 4-digit number. The calendar looked like a child's school project. Omri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day. The poster advertised a 1975 Stockholm. Omri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday.
2505. 2705.
Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. That was the earliest shot with anything interesting on it.
Okay.
Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take.
Well,
The
obviously.
moment it all went horribly wrong. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail.
Ouroboros?
I
Eh?
thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture.
Yeah, right.
Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. The killer making his getaway.
Waterloo Motors.
A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. The painting was gone. There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. Not my best angle. That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV. It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache. It was a pretty flamboyant-looking clock. The telephone was an antique rotary model. The handset looked greasy. It was hard to tell if the lava lamp was retro or just plain old. Henri sure liked his clutter. The statue was jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged. Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key.
Oh,
Now that was a safe. No way I'd be able to pick it. The sofa had clearly taken some punishment over the years. It was a battered sofa. A naked lady stared at me seductively. Henri sure had his quirks. I didn't imagine Henri as a musician. The trinkets, the junk, the instruments. Henri was kind of a hippie at heart. In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business, but now I knew where he lived. I didn't like the idea of a pocket full of sharp pins.
No?
I didn't need a business card. The pen could have been useful. Then again, it might have leaked all over my pocket. The lighter was corroded and grimy. It'd probably never work again.
Oh, come on.
I decided to leave it. I didn't want to carry the tape around. I had a feeling I wasn't going to need it. It was the paper that Nico wrote for. Nico lived for the day her story would be on the front cover. I didn't feel the need to take Henri's eraser. There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting.
Vera?
This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form.
The plot thickens.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
I'm just looking for the name of the caterer. That cheese was to die for.
Ah, to die for? To kill for. I put it to you, Monsieur. Monsieur
Stobart. George Stobart.
I put it to you that you came here in search of cheese and killed the owner in a fromage-induced frenzy.
Well, no. I'm from Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Time will tell, monsieur.
Truth will out, Inspector.
Who dares wins, Monsieur Stobart.
He who laughs last laughs loudest, Inspector Nave. The guy was seriously nuts.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course, but I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation.
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh? Pal? Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
I had some valuable leads, but before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Hey.
2 coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it. You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La Maledictio.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find. The security firm that Henri used was not the one I recommended.
Well, that's understandable. I've been to restaurants that you recommended.
I've got their address. Maybe they can tell me who could have had access to that alarm. Well, the priest thinks La Maledictio is evil.
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Josh?
Yeah?
It's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
And then she was kidnapped. Let's begin with Henry's apartment.
As I approached Henri's apartment, I started to doubt whether coming here so soon after his death was such a great idea. Paris sure had a lot of similar-looking cafes. Tony's Brasserie. Looked expensive. Parisian spring fashion. Reminds me why I love this city. I recognize the name Sasha from the charges listed in Henri's credit card letter. Paris sure had a lot of similar-looking cafes. Paris sure had a lot...
Yes. Who is it?
Excuse me, madame. This is George Stobart. Could I talk to you?
George, what?
George Stobart, madame. I'm from the insurance company.
For God's sake, did they have all this? I don't want to buy insurance.
No, I'm not selling, madame. It's about the gallery theft.
Oh, I see. You people move fast, don't you? This isn't a good time. I am so distraught.
Madame, Right. Now that hadn't achieved much. Unsurprisingly, the front door was locked. Paris sure had a lot of similar-looking cafes.
Okay, so maybe we have to come back later then, as he hinted earlier.
The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall.
Oh, damn it. Always accidentally interrupting
don't touch
the
the
fun
sign.
line.
You'll just make it worse.
Hi, I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for Vera's security.
Ah, it's behind you.
Yes, of course. It's the shop behind you.
Thank you. The name's George, by the way.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
Bad migraine, eh?
The worst. The buzzing and flashing from the old sign is killing me. I thought the neon sign had potential until it broke.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners used to be a restaurant. But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me a splitting headache.
You want me to try fixing that sign for you?
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm very good at fixing things.
Then please do. I'm no good at electricals. Marketing analysis and predicting trends is more my thing.
Bassam had already told me where Vera's security was. Do you have any use for nail clippers?
No.
Smell this.
Oof. At least it's the real thing.
I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing. I pulled the wire off. Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated. The buzzing and flashing has stopped.
And I am very grateful. But the sign still looks pretty terrible, doesn't it? When you're building a brand from the ground up, name is everything. I need a name that makes my customers long for adventure and treasures from faraway places.
Tell me about your business idea.
This stall is going to put me through college while giving me field experience. But the nonsense sign is working against me. It should spell a name for my shop. I need something original, yet familiar, bright and in your face, yet subtle and symbolic.
I decided to keep the wire. Do you have any use for nail clippers?
No.
All right.
Help!
What's wrong?
Cockroach.
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
Come here, little fella. There were crumbs on the floor. No wonder the cockroach was sticking around. There were crumbs on the floor. That wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't make any sense. That wasn't.
What? Okay, so I can't step on it. Wait, maybe we can pick up something here at the table.
Romanovs, a Russian brand cigarette.
Russians, eh?
As a child, I'd always been told not to play with matches, but I never could resist. The ashtray was full of cigarette butts. The filters were gold-colored, very exotic.
Leave that radio alone and sort this.
The Veraphone. I tipped out the matches. I couldn't catch it just by swiping at it. I'd need to entice it closer. I set down my matchbox. Cockroaches like hiding in dark places. Not a bad idea when you think about it. Cockroach wasn't going for it. I needed some bait.
Well, yeah, that's what the crumbs are for.
The box needed some bait. I refused to torture. I was never going to catch it with my bare hand.
Really?
I needed a better idea. That was never going to... I refuse. That was never going to happen.
Yeah, so how do we use the crumbs here?
The box needed some bait.
What?
phone covers, cassettes, all sorts. The stall was a myriad of bottle stuff. The buzzing and flashing has stopped.
And I am very grateful. When you're building, I need a...
Could you help me with a vermin problem, please?
I'm sorry, until I kickstart this business, I don't really have time for ancillary projects. I need a brand. A clear message that grabs my key demographic by the lapels and hurls them into my economic bailiwick.
Excuse me?
You know, a name that sounds magical and exotic, that appeals to a yearning they only feel subconsciously.
Do you know anything about Vera Security over there?
Not really.
What?
Rush.
Seemed the letters could be moved around. Shame it didn't have the right letters to spell Bassam. I'd have to think of something else.
What the hell is going on here?
Aha. That seemed like a good name. Hey, Bassam, how about this? I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool.
Really?
That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USPs.
Glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Do you happen to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economic framework. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please, whatever you do, don't squish it.
Why's that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add this. The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish. Glad to help.
Now, what I would do, I would just have used the crumbs that was inside there. But an entire new cookie for that. Terrible. You could have solved this on the spot without requiring his help. Like, just put in these in there and it would be chill.
I added some bait to the matchbox.
So,
Even I was finding it hard to resist
ridiculous.
that trap.
Gotcha.
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
What?
Yes.
There's been a theft at Le Lézard Bleu. A painting's been stolen.
Shame. Still, I'm sure you'll get over it.
I believe your company set up the security.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
Didn't.
Did.
I've got all day.
But I didn't. It says here that Vera was hired to do the security of the gallery. Didn't do a very good job, did you?
Where did you get that?
At the gallery.
That job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping. Maybe the office itself could give me more information.
Are you done? Only I want to listen to this next race.
I've got a cookie.
Those dry things are disgusting.
I've got some matches.
Yes, I saw you pick them up. Keep them. I can't afford to smoke anymore.
Thanks.
Look, do you mind not touching the office equipment?
Annette's peripheral vision was, quite simply, astounding. The Vera phone. All expenses had been spared. The aircon went nicely with the Art Deco detailing. Vera secured. The place looked like it had been out of business for a while.
Awesome.
Aha, Mr. Stoba.
I caught the cockroach, look!
Excellent work. Just don't let it loose near my stall. In a few weeks, this place is going to be buzzing with people, I hope, not vermin.
I think I'll keep him. I'll name him Trevor.
Interesting name. Old school, comforting, harmless. I can see you're quite a strategic thinker, George.
I really like your new sign.
It's magnificent.
I decided to keep the wire. If besides...
So we cannot work on that. Uh-oh. No, 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 don't go outside.
Do you mind? I'm listening to the race.
Annette was watching me like a hawk. Even the plant looked depressed.
Well, yeah, it's dead.
What can I do for you?
Are you betting on a horse?
No, I just like hearing the sound of hooves.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Ah, well, I hope you win.
So do I, Sherry. So do I.
Do you recognize it?
Oof! That would take the hair off your legs. I had a boss who wore that. Know what I mean?
Do these clippers look familiar?
Yes. I mean, no. Why should they look familiar? Yeah, you've shown me already. No thanks.
I've got a cookie.
Those dry things that...
I've got some matches.
Yes, I saw you pick them up. Keep them. I can't afford to smoke anymore.
I caught the cockroach.
Ah! Keep it away from me!
Thanks.
Good to know. He's afraid of them. We can use that later on when she's trying to kill us.
I didn't want to leave that there. That wouldn't work. A crumpled cigarette pack. I didn't want to leave that there. I didn't want to leave that.
Okay. So, how are we gonna snoop this? And we better save.
Hello, Vera Security. We make you secure. Look, do you mind not touching the office equipment?
Annette's peripheral vision was, quite simply, astounding. The office looked like it had been put together.
Wrong number again. Damn nuisance calls.
I wasn't going to talk to Nico about...
Rickenbacker.
Hello, Mr. Rickenbacker? Henri used a different security company from the one I recommended, Vera Security. I'm there now. It's a pretty low-grade outfit.
Well, find out what you can.
Hands off, mister. Certainly not.
Hello, Vera Security?
George Stobart here.
I can see you through the window, monsieur. Why don't you come in and stop wasting my time?
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
That cookie.
Right customer, right product.
What do you think?
I'm over. Thanks to you, I can now sell. And you know what they say?
So what do you sell?
Ah, I'm glad you asked.
Lie.
English biscuits.
He struck me as more of an aftershave. Do you have any...
Nail clippers?
Yeah, I didn't think there was much point. I decided to keep the wire.
Yes.
If Bassam... Thank you for the... I've got some matches.
Always good to have.
I caught the cockroach.
Excellent.
Okay, so there's
In a
nothing
few-
more here.
In
Okay, so there is absolute. So what are we supposed to do here then in order for her to... In order to get rid of her? Oh, okay, we can do that. Yeah, let's begin from there on out then.
Hello, we're security. We make you secure.
The Vera phone.
Again, damn nuisance calls.
The office... A quick look revealed that...
Okay, then we will use the black book.
Hello, we're security. We make you secure. Wrong number again. Damn nuisance calls.
I wanted to see what secrets... Nothing else interesting in there.
Okay.
A very bad photo of Lane in a net. That guy sure got around.
Oh.
What can I do for you?
Recognize this?
Hey, that's my photo.
That's you with Lane, I believe.
So, what if it is?
What is he to you?
Oh, my Hector, that's what he is. My little Hector.
Yeah, I thought you said you had nothing to do with the gallery.
Look, here's how it is. I've only been here a few weeks. I had nothing to do with that gallery job. I just delivered the paperwork.
So, who's the manager before you?
I don't know. She just, one day, didn't come in for work. I shouldn't be talking to you. The boss told me to keep my mouth shut.
The boss. Have you got his number or address?
No, I've forgotten it. I mean, I never knew it.
Annette, a serious crime has been committed. You're in a lot of trouble.
I had nothing to do with it. Look, I need this job. I need the money. Anyway, it's only a silly old painting. No one got hurt.
The gallery owner was shot.
Badly?
Yeah, he's pretty dead.
Oh.
This is a murder investigation. Now, who's your boss?
I don't know. Honest, he faxes me if he wants anything.
He. Who's he?
I've never seen him, never met him. Don't make trouble for poor Annette.
Thanks. I was pretty sure Annette had told me all she was going to. She sounded scared. Time to put the thumb screws on Lane, and I knew just how.
Nice.
Time to confront Lane.
Yeah. Lane, Lane. Let's go to Lane.
The gallery was sealed off. The place looked empty. Lane wasn't exactly easy to miss, and it looked like he wasn't around.
Is it locked? Of course it is.
The door was locked and sealed off with police tape. I needed to find Lane, and I was sure he wasn't in there.
Don't we have his...
Hi.
No.
Monsieur?
I'm looking for Mr. Lane. Has he been here?
Ah, yes, monsieur. He came by earlier. Told me he was off to console Henri's widow. I hope she's out.
Ah, okay.
What a big heart that guy had.
I don't think so.
Did he?
Uh-oh. Jesus. I'm accidentally skipping stuff, huh?
Hello?
This is George Stobart. May I come up?
I'm sorry, this is a very inconvenient time. Come back later.
I know that's you, Mr. Lane. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to Madame Dubois.
I'm sure it can wait.
Mr. Lane, does the name Annette mean anything to you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. If you don't let me in, I'll tell the police about your interesting connection to the security company.
All right then. Come up, but make it brief.
Dear Lord, George, you have the worst timing.
Is this a bad time to accuse
Oh.
you of lying?
What do you want?
I've just come from Vera's security.
So,
Tell me about Annette.
who?
From Vera Security.
I don't know any Annette.
I'm surprised you let your conquests keep souvenirs.
Where did you get that?
Annette lent it to me.
Quit waving it around, for God's sake.
Come on, Lane. Tell me about Annette.
All right. I had a fling with her, okay? Now keep your voice down, please.
And you two fixed the security for the robbery?
No, nothing like that. Anyway, the fling was a mistake. She turned out to be rather needy.
I believe you. You're not a criminal, just a lecherous old man.
Less of the old, if you don't mind. As it happens, I make a lot of women happy.
Especially when you leave them. Can you tell me anything about the owner of Vera?
Annette told me he's some angry-looking Russian chap.
Okay, Lane. Take off.
You can't tell me what to do.
You want me to show Bijou this picture?
All right, I'm going. You haven't heard the last of me, Stobart.
Promise?
And give me that photo.
No, don't give him that photo.
If Lane was telling the truth, that meant that Annette was lying. She said she'd never met the owner and was very keen to get rid of me. I wondered if she was hiding something interesting in that back office.
Well, maybe she is
Are
the
you
owner.
going to introduce yourself properly?
Pleased to make your acquaintance, madame. My name's George Stobart.
Call me Bijou. Hello, young man. Such a delight to have a new visitor. What can I do for you?
I'm from the insurance company.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Henri, my poor sauvage. He died in his prime.
Could I just ask you a few questions?
Well, why not? A little company might just pep me up, as you Americans might say.
Right.
Let's take a small break once again. Can I take a little bit of fresh air, among other things?
Probably something small snack as well. Yeah, there we go. Quite chilly outside. Almost -4.
Henri was very brave at the gallery. He tried to stop the thief and paid the ultimate price.
Henri was my lion and my little pussycat.
How are you coping?
I'm still trying to take it in, chérie.
Can you tell me about the gallery? Was the business doing well?
The gallery was Henri's baby. He never spoke to me about it.
So you weren't involved?
Not at all. Business is not my thing.
Your record player seems to be stuck on the same song.
Yes, this song gives me great comfort. It reminds me of Henri.
Bijou, I think someone involved with the gallery helped the thief. It wasn't Hector Lane. He's not devious enough.
But who else?
I don't know. But I will get to the bottom of it, I promise you. Does this smell good to you?
It's heavenly, isn't it? Henri loved it. Why do you show that to me?
Do you know this company, Vera Security?
No, I don't. I've never heard of them. That's lovely, dear.
Rich tea?
Why is it broken?
I was feeding it to a cockroach.
I think perhaps I'll pass. So?
Hey, this might cheer you up. Say hello to Trevor.
A cockroach?
I prefer the word pal.
And I prefer the word pest. Please never show it to me again.
Thank you for your help, Bijou.
My pleasure, young man. Do come back any time.
Bijou appeared to know nothing. I still couldn't discount Lane. Annette, on the other hand, had lied about Vera Security's owner. Henri was now dressed in a cheap suit. On balance, I prefer the waistcoat. Night was falling. Annette would have left for the evening. It was time to pay a visit to Vera Security. The empty mall was lit by bright moonlight, the perfect ambiance for a little detective work. I wanted a good look at that back office. I just had to find a way in.
Electrical box. So, but in order to get there, we need to move. Need to move this one and maybe release the wheels as well.
The box was in the perfect position to access the beam above. Rearranging the sign had been a stroke of genius, even if I do say so myself.
No, don't go around. We need to push it more to that side. But, well, yeah. Okay. Instead of moving the box, we will move across the girder. Oh, stand up on it, please. Don't push it. Perfect. Oh, okay. Oh, it was that close? Dang. That perception in this image. Quite an optic illusion. It's so far away.
I popped the lid open. Inside was an aircon unit and bingo, the master controls for the shutters.
Hmm.
It was the power supply. It was the motor that operated the shutters. It was the master controller for the shutters. The wire connected the power supply to the aircon. That was close. The wire was live. It was the master controller for the shutters.
Oh, okay. I see what we're gonna do here. Easy peasy.
In the drawer was a single Q-tip. It was my lucky day. It hadn't been used. A cotton bud. Very useful for poking into ears.
Yeah, let's open. So nice.
The room was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing.
Whoa, that's what I call a light. No, what? No. I can't. Okay. We can use it.
Just like the one the killer had escaped on. It was a pizza delivery scooter. Oil had dripped from the scooter onto the floor. It was a pizza delivery scooter.
So it was most likely Annette, maybe?
The
Or
air vent had a
one of
tiny
her
catch on the
workers?
side. The air vent had a tiny catch on the side.
Tiny catch. Not sure what they mean with tiny catch.
There was a letter jammed in the shredder.
Pocket? Maybe?
The shredder was jammed. There was a letter jammed in the shredder.
Open the
I
lid.
tried to free the gears, but they were jammed solid. Its service was long overdue. I tried to free the gears, but they were jammed. The box was empty. Annette had cleared everything out. Just mess and empty boxes.
We gotta do something with the air vent, but cannot really unscrew it or something? Are we supposed to?
That wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't work. Nope. I needed to try something else.
Probably need the patch of. Oh.
I smeared some oil onto the cotton bud.
I smeared the gears with oil.
Maybe I should start to think out that a bit more.
I reckoned the oil would do the trick. It was time to see what was in the letter.
Another rearrange, so we do want to begin with the corners.
I grabbed the paperclip.
Good. That paperclip was definitely. Oh. That one was quite big. What? What? Can't I touch it? Oh god. Can't they just have zoomed this down a bit and allowed us to kind of like put it on the sides and so on? This is definitely... What? Awkward. That one should be in the bottom. This one seems like it would be more... Yeah, mechanics look silly, just a grid or whatever to snap it to and correct, yeah. Like there, why? There we go. Thing is, they wanted to make this a bit more complicated to be not entirely uniform, but like, oh, okay, they are supposed to be together. Okay, I see. So that's how the snapping works in this. I would rage all day. Hold on, let's see. Minimum I want such is not an engine denying me my actions. Yeah, but what it is doing is that it is trying to correct itself at the same time, which I find to be a bit awkward. Kind of funny how I cannot touch this one. It's kind of like it has a very specific center point, which is where very, very, very small. Oh boy. But yeah. That's attending. Where is it? Ah, there we have attention. But yeah, especially this one. Sometimes you cannot really take them. Ah, this one is very awkward. Appointment. There we have you. Oh boy. There we go. And yeah. Oh no. Okay, that one will come a bit later. Let's do... Obviously, I'm kind of looking for this part. It must be this, Roman. Oh no, I can't... There we go. Your offer... Exclusive exhibition. The owner will remain anonymous in this matter. Forthcoming exhibition, yes, anonymous. Oh, that was 2 parts. Banging.
It was the letter from Henri
Finally.
confirming that Vera Security had the contract for the exhibition. And it also revealed who was in charge at Vera.
Dr. Mr. Medalski, security measure for forthcoming.
At first glance,
Lilith
it all
Bleu.
seemed pretty run-of-the-mill. But why was Henri thanking Medovsky for being generous? And why was he pleased to represent him? Maybe Medovsky was the owner we'd been looking for. It didn't add up. I had a gut feeling. There was something fishy going on.
All right, at least we're done with it. But yeah, I agree with you. That was not the most enjoyable puzzle.
Pointless.
Even though we've done that.
I only
yeah.
had a few matches. Using one now probably wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, they could have done that a bit better.
It was a pizza delivery scooter.
I would know. I'm more interested in the air vent, but cannot seem to have anything. The paperclip.
The paperclip was perfect for the job.
It's the magical
There was
lockpick.
definitely something in there. Now, what are you? Gotcha.
Pistol.
Well, would you believe it? It was a gun. And very likely the one that had been used to shoot Henri.
Aha! So, what have we here? L'Américain, Monsieur Stobart. You will rue the day you crossed my path, because now you are caught in my net like a little red herring.
Inspector, I'm investigating the robbery.
No, monsieur. You are breaking and entering an innocent storeroom.
I found the murder weapon.
Found? No. Planted? Yes. Moo, arrest this man and take him to the station. I shall squeeze you, Monsieur Stobart, until your pips squeak.
Thanks, Ronnie. I just wish I'd got some better shots of the killer.
Are you kidding? That stuff from the hip, very dramatic. You did good, Nico.
Back to
So,
Nico,
what's
huh?
next?
Get me an interview with the owner, and you've got Sunday's front page.
I'm on it already.
Keep me up to speed. Let me know before you write anything up, okay?
Of course. Oh, gotta go. Someone at the door.
And you better watch who it is before you open up. Oh.
Monsieur?
Are you Nicole Collard?
Yes, can I help you?
I need to sit down.
You'd better come in. Would you like a glass of wine?
Yes, those stairs are a nightmare. That's better.
So, what can I do for you, monsieur?
My name is Tiago Marquez.
Hey, it's you.
I saw your report on the robbery. I found your address. I came straight away. I needed to see you.
And why is that?
The stolen painting, La Malédiction. It belongs to me.
Ronnie had wanted me to interview the owner, and now here he was. Or
Yes.
rather, he was somebody who claimed to be the owner. So the stolen painting is yours. Tell me more.
La Malédiction belonged to my family in Catalonia in the 30s, before the Civil War.
So what was it doing here in Paris?
The fascists stole it in 1938. They killed my father, but not me. I escaped. I have been looking for it ever since. You have to help me find it.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh ho.
I am Tiago Marquez, the rightful owner of La Malédiction. What else is there to tell?
You traveled all the way from Catalonia?
No, since the war, I've lived in France, in the southwest, and now I want the painting back.
Did you lose all your family in the Civil War?
When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother, but my father was not so lucky.
I'm sorry.
I would have stayed and fought for freedom, but I was just a boy.
You've got my attention, but if I'm to help you, I need more to go on.
I have something. This old photograph. It is of me and my family. See the painting above the fireplace?
Yes, it's La Malédiction. The photograph suddenly appeared to link the old man to the painting.
You took the photographs at that robbery, huh?
I did, yes.
I need to see them.
Why?
Please, I must see them.
All right. Here they are. This one was rejected. Georges got in the way. Typical.
Who is this George?
Just a friend. He insured the painting.
So, he will know who is this liar who claims to own my painting.
I don't think he does. He would have told me. This is the best shot I took. They used it in the paper.
Yes, it is how I recognize La Malédiction, my painting.
It does look like the one in your photograph.
So close, but now it is lost again.
The shot didn't come out
Oh.
well.
It's perfect.
Perfect?
Finally, La Malédiction, in all its splendor. The lines, the color, the detail. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Then take it. That shot is no good to me.
Really? Thank you, mademoiselle.
Here's the thief making off with the painting.
What is that tattoo on his arm?
Looks like a skull and crossbones. Headhunters,
You will find him, and then you will find my painting.
I can try, monsieur.
You must, mademoiselle.
That tattoo is really quite distinctive.
Yes, but that is all there is to go on.
That tattoo is really quite...
Yes.
Nice.
Marquez's story was very interesting, but I needed to corroborate it. I wondered if the gallery kept ownership records. And while I didn't wholly trust him, this was the one lead that I didn't want to lose. Where are you staying?
What? Nowhere. Here, perhaps.
I didn't want him to stay in my apartment. There was another solution. My neighbor is out of town for a few days. You could stay there.
Yes, that would be good. Thank you.
Great, let's go. Adam said that he would leave the spare key under the mat. My neighbor had left a key for me under the doormat. Which reminded me I hadn't watered his plants for a week.
That's not good.
The key wasn't there.
Probably in the
The
floor
gap was
crack.
wide, but not wide enough for my fingers.
Oh, then we use it.
Using the sticky chewing gum, I was able to fish out the key.
Good. Doggy, doggo.
This will do.
Glad it's up to standard. I have to go out, monsieur. Ronnie had promised me the front page if I got an interview with the painting's owner. And here was a crazy Spaniard claiming to be just that. I needed to
Why
find
crazy?
out who had put the
This seemed
painting up for
quite
sale.
rational.
Maybe there was more to find at the gallery.
An uncomfortable metro ride later.
Lane was sitting outside the cafe. He looked dazed. Hello, Monsieur Lane.
Ah, the delectable Nicole Collard, super sleuth. How may I be of service?
I was hoping I'd find you here.
Always available for a lovely lady such as yourself.
Henri's death, it must be so very hard for you.
Yes, I shall miss him deeply. We had such a very special relationship. The loss is so hard to endure, even for a man of such inner strength as myself.
What do you know about the owner of La Malédiction?
That was Henri's business. He found the painting and did the deal with the owner.
Would anybody else know anything about the owner?
Not like
Right, Rugen.
kept a special
Are you going to play the second, the
He
Suffering
always
game?
kept a manifest for every
Since you beat the
exhibition.
first one, right?
I'm writing a follow-up piece on the gallery theft.
Ah, so you need an inside view. Authoritative.
Something like that.
The police have finished in the gallery. We could chat in the office. It's much more comfortable. More intimate. I might even be able to rustle up a little bottle of champagne.
Maybe later. I have some things to do first.
Maybe next time, then.
You mentioned the manifest. How would one get a look at that?
One might start in the office. That's where Henri kept most of his paperwork.
About the gallery.
Of course, my dear. We can go there now, if you would like.
That sounds great.
We can discuss my ordeal over a glass of champagne.
A cozy chat with Lane was the last thing I wanted. But it was my best hope if I wanted to get a look around the office. So, what are we waiting for?
After you, my dear.
No, after you.
The place was heaving with junk. Finding what I wanted wouldn't be easy. As Lane sat down, something stuck out from beneath the cushion. It looked like a folder. Whatever it was, the police had missed it. I needed to get it.
Come, join me on the couch. I'm ready for you. You will be gentle with me, won't you?
Oh, I'm never gentle, Monsieur Lane.
Oh. Do call me Hector.
We are not gonna sit down. Oh.
Henri had a statue of himself in the style of a Roman emperor. It was narcissistic and slightly disturbing. Henri had it. I couldn't search the desk while Lane was there.
What? Oh well.
Lane hadn't noticed the folder. With that amount of padding, who would? The only way to get hold of it was to distract him. If I tried to reach across, I'd touch Lane's leg. Ooh. Monsieur Lane?
Hector, please.
So you really don't know who owns this up?
I'm sorry, my dear, I really don't.
Is there anything you can tell me about the painting?
It was an absolute treat to come across it. A true undiscovered gem.
There's no denying it is a fantastic painting. What can you tell me about the religious significance?
Of course, there is a deep religious symbolism locked within the painting, too. Central to this must be the pantheon of saints.
I see Henri had a statue of himself.
Yes, for a man of high aspiration, he had alarmingly low taste. Nevertheless, I shall miss him. We were like family.
Liar.
What will happen to this place now?
Henri's widow will decide, poor soul. She may find it in her heart to keep me around.
Oh, I'm sure she will. Oh, Hector. Perhaps I will join you in that glass of champagne.
But of course, champagne, nature's balm in troubled times.
Warm?
No, that would never have worked.
Don't drink it.
What can you tell me about the saints depicted in La Malediccio?
As I said, I don't know which denomination the saints represent.
Don't you think it's a bit awkward in here, with so much of Henri looming over us?
Just ignore it, my dear.
I managed to get chewing gum stuck on my press card.
What a bizarre turn of events.
Oh my.
That's what I thought. To new friends.
Don't drink
to
it.
love.
No.
Oh, mon Dieu, that is so cold!
Oops, silly me. I am so sorry.
I'll have to dry this off. Don't you worry, my dear.
In the folder was a list of all the paintings in the exhibition. La Malediccio had to be there. It was. And next to it was the owner's name.
Mr. Medovsky?
Mr. Medovsky. The police had obviously not spotted the folder. I put it back. I had what I needed for my story. Monsieur Lane, thanks for everything. But I think I hear my editor calling.
Ma chérie, no need to leave so soon. It's only a little spillage.
And I found out who claims to own La Malediccio. Some guy named Medovsky. Sounds Russian, right?
Medovsky, my god.
Who is he?
He's new on the oligarch block. Fresh into London from Russia, with ambition and a bloody reputation. Collard, this is way over your head. I'm gonna put a more experienced crime journalist on the story. I can't afford for you to get hurt.
Relax, Ronnie. This is my story. Leave it with me. Let's discuss it over lunch tomorrow.
Okay. But don't do anything more. See you tomorrow.
Capo.
Ronnie didn't trust me on this story, but I wasn't going to let him give it to someone else. I was going to have to move fast. Come in.
Oh, Georgie?
Hi, George. Great to see you.
He got out
Hope
from
you don't mind me just dropping in.
from interrogation?
No, not at all. How are you getting on?
Pretty good. I found the gun that was used in the robbery.
I'm impressed.
Yeah? Well, Nave wasn't. He accused me of trying to plant it, and then of being involved in Henri's death. Then he threw me into a cell. He couldn't make a stick, of course, so he had to let me go this morning. But he's convinced I'm involved. So if I put a foot wrong, he'll nail me next time. But, hey, on the bright side, have I got a story for you.
Long story later.
Annette, the manager at Vera Security, lied about the owner of the company. When I pieced together that shredded letter, I got a name. Medovsky.
Medovsky! That's the same guy who claims to own La Malediccio.
What? He owns the painting and Vera Security? He has to be the one behind this whole scam.
You're telling me? We have to be sure.
What the?
I cannot sleep on that bed. It is too soft.
Josh, this is Senor Marquez.
Nice to meet you.
So you are this George, huh?
Senor Marquez is staying in the apartment across the hall. Apparently, he's the real owner of La Malediccio.
What? I thought you said Medovsky was the owner.
Senor Marquez claims the painting was stolen from his family during the Spanish Civil War.
Really? Do you have any proof?
Senor Marquez, could you show him the photograph?
Who is this?
My father. When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother. But my father was not so lucky.
That's definitely La Malediccio hanging on the wall?
It belonged to my family, so it belongs to me.
How can we prove this is you as a child?
The dates would tie up, Georges.
Who's this?
My mother, a good woman, a saint.
If the painting really was stolen during the 1930s, then this Smirnovsky guy has no legitimate claim to it. But how can I be sure that you're the boy in that picture?
I can prove it. Look at my father in the photograph. You see the medallion he's wearing? He gave it to me just before he died. This medallion has been in our family for hundreds of years.
You lost your father?
Yes, he died when the fascists attacked our villa.
It's definitely the same medallion. A snake eating its own tail. That's also on the painting.
It is the Ouroboros.
Yes.
The what?
The Ouroboros. It is a sign of my people, my family, my faith. The Gnostics. My father was a Gnostic leader. La Malediccio is sacred to the Gnostics. Hence they both display the Ouroboros.
A priest I met said the painting was the devil's work. A thing of evil.
Ha! He would say that. Do not believe all you hear from the church. Whatever you think, the painting is mine.
If Marquez was the true owner of Malediccio, then Medovsky had no legal claim to it. Might be tough to prove, but if I could, we wouldn't have to pay out on the insurance. So, if the painting belongs to you, how did Medovsky get it?
The fascists stole it. It went to Madrid, then Berlin, then, after the war, to Moscow. After that, it was lost, until now.
We need to talk to this Medovsky, but how do we find him?
Oh boy.
Senor Marquez.
Yes, George?
So, La Malediccio.
It did. Once it was stolen, I did not believe.
You must have been excited to see the painting again.
It was a miracle.
You mentioned the Gnostics. What can you tell me about them?
It is not important. A religious sect, that is all. My family were Gnostic. They were a peaceful, good people.
All right.
What do you think of this?
I would not use it to clean my shoes, monsieur.
Well, to be honest, neither would I. I found some evidence that ties Henri to the dodgy security company.
That doesn't surprise me. It sounds as though the whole thing was set up.
Hey, Nico?
Yes, Georges?
So let's go over what we know about the thief.
Okay, well, he had a distinctive tattoo on one arm.
And his helmet had Waterloo Motors across it.
Not a lot to go on.
You said the thief had a tattoo.
On his arm, it was a skull and crossbones with headhunters written around it.
We need to track down Waterloo Motors.
Have you tried the internet?
I've been kind of busy.
Okay, let's have a look. Waterloo Station, Battle of Waterloo, Waterloo Kebabs, Waterloo Sunset. Here we go. Waterloo Motors. It's a garage in London. I'll send you
Waterloo Motors has 2 keywords and you would have gotten it as first hit. Or just using Waterloo, that is.
Nico had finally upgraded her computer. Nico had finally
Okay.
upgraded her computer.
And it's a Mac.
Nico,
Yes?
So, Waterloo Motors is a garage in London. That's a surprise.
Yes, I sent you their phone number.
What do we know about this Medovsky character?
Ronnie said he was dangerous and very rich. He claims to be the owner of La Malediccio.
And appears to be the boss of Vera's security who were supposed to protect it. Now that kind of figures. The best way to steal something is to get hired to look after it. Why steal a painting you already own?
We need to talk to this guy.
To do that, we need to find him.
Our phone?
Waterloo Motors.
Hi,
How can I help you?
my name is George Stobart. I'm investigating a murder that was committed here in Paris.
What's that got to do with us?
The guy we're looking for was wearing a helmet with Waterloo Motors on it.
Oh, yeah. It's a very popular helmet.
I don't suppose you know who might have bought one?
Well, not unless you've got any more information, mate.
Oh, that's him. Right. Aussie. The Aussie. That's him.
The killer
The
had
guy
a
who we're
tattoo on his
talking
arm.
to is
It said,
It's the killer.
"Headhunters."
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he bought one of our helmets just the other day.
Oh, it's you.
Terrific. Do you know his name?
Nah. He brings his boss's Merc here to have it serviced. Word to the wise, though. I hear he don't mess about. The car's registered on Dutchy Street, if there's any help. I mean, that's all I know, mate, sorry.
No, that's more than enough. You've been a great help. Thanks for your time.
See ya.
Bingo.
Good work. That has to be the guy. And now we've got his address.
How about a trip to London?
I thought you'd never ask. Senor Marquez, will you be okay here?
The bed is uncomfortable. But it will do. Come back quickly with the painting, eh?
London cabbie.
Act 2.
Gotta love him.
This is the place. Here on the right. To afford a place like this in London, you've got to be good at something.
If we do progress like this, we might have this game beaten in 5 hours.
So, we clear on how we're going to do this?
Yeah, we're two insurance investigators, see? We finagle our way inside, butter Medovsky up, and then get the dirt on him, right?
Finagle?
Yeah, finagle. You remember how to finagle, don't you, Nico?
George, how could I ever forget?
Good, because I suspect we're gonna need major league fanoodling to get in this one.
You got it. The bush was perfectly shaped. No answer.
But first, let's take a small break and then we continue. I'll be back in like 4 or 5 minutes. Something like that. Might be back, mate. Alright, it's gonna be like this. We're gonna have to do a small interruption. So I'll be back in an hour or something like that. I need to buy some stuff. And then we will